Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. Even as the suspense over who will be the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra continues more than a week after the declaration of the results of the assembly polls, BJP has appointed Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and former Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani as central observers of the BJP who will preside over party's MLA meeting and also choose the party's leader. Now, this is a step forward in the announcement of the Chief Minister's phase, but the deadlock over cabinet portfolios remains. Eknath Shinde, the caretaker Chief Minister, has been at the center of the storm. He has been asserting that it was under his 2.5 years that the state saw unprecedented development. The two Mahayuti partners, be it the Shinde or for that matter the Shinde faction or for that matter the NCP, feel that if they have the two posts, it will be smooth functioning for the government, and the rival Maha Vikas Aghadi could be relegated to a corner. Now, there are important portfolios that are being discussed, specifically home, PWD, urban development, but this is also a story of assurances that were given, promises that were made, the Maratha factor, the future of the state, who can govern it properly and who just needs to be accommodated so that nobody feels resentful. Remember, the Shinde Sena also have 7 MPs who are very important for the BJP at the central level. But remember that it's the BJP that has emerged as the single largest party with 132 MLAs, while the Shiv Sena and the NCP are settled with 57 and 41 seats respectively. So is it going to be a BJP CM, which looks like it is going to be, but is it going to be Devendra Fadnavis? That also seems quite certain. So where is the glitch? Will Eknath Shinde be the Deputy Chief Minister? That's where the glitch is. And what will be the shape of the final Maharashtra cabinet? We will discuss all of this. But first, let's listen into what Milind Deora, Shiv Sena MP, said today.
The government will be formed in the next few days. There is just some fine-tuning between all allies. All allies will work together, form a strong government, a stable government, and ensure that Mumbai and Maharashtra go forward. I would say Shinde Sahab, from what I have seen, believes in coalition dharma. He will uphold coalition dharma, and we will work together with all allies. The aim is to deliver justice to the people of Maharashtra, not to do politics for a seat.
My colleague Radhika joins us with more details on this. Radhika, tell us what is the process that's going to be followed. I know this is all protocol, but Nirmala Sitharaman and of course Vijay Rupani will travel to Mumbai, and of course there'll be a meeting of BJP legislators. There'll be a party leader who will be chosen, and of course that name will be announced, and that would be the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. So what are the camps feeling about this, considering that NCP and Shiv Sena already have held these meetings, and it's the BJP that has finally decided to hold this meeting now? Where is all of this heading, and by when can we expect an answer?
That's right. Delay in Maharashtra government formation is only continuing. Deadlock, as you said, is intensifying. And of course, hard negotiations are happening at this point. And as you rightly pointed out, yes, legislative party meeting is something that we were waiting for, which the NCP and Sena had conducted, and they had appointed their leaders. But BJP's legislative party meeting is something that was pending, which is scheduled to take place on 4th of December. Central observers have been appointed. They will be making their way to Mumbai. They will preside over the meetings, after which, of course, the leader will be appointed. And in most likelihood, as you pointed out, it will be Devendra Fadnavis who will be, the leader of the legislative party of the BJP, which in a way also points to the fact that he could be the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. But as of now, no official announcement on that yet. Is there going to be a surprise phase? Not entirely certain. But there are a lot of differences that need to be ironed out among the allies, which is why the announcement is pending. We know that a Mahayuti meeting was scheduled last week. That got postponed. It was supposed to happen today. Once again postponed. Eknath Shinde fell sick in between. He went to his hometown, returned. And today, of course, he was not in Mumbai. He was in his residence in Thane. We believe that he attended some virtual meetings as well. Ajit Pawar is in Delhi, perhaps to meet Amit Shah, perhaps will play a mediator's role. But at this point, of course, we are hearing that while Eknath Shinde openly has said that he will abide by what the BJP does, he will support BJP's decisions, we are also given to understand that he's playing hardball in terms of negotiations of some key portfolios. Will he accept Deputy Chief Ministership post? Not sure. His son Shrikant Shinde came out in the open and said he has not accepted, nor is he interested in Deputy CM post, and he's not interested in a ministerial berth at the center either. So what will Eknath Shinde get in this bargain? Because he is, in a way, sacrificing Chief Minister's post. He doesn't have that kind of bargaining power in any case as far as CM's post is concerned. Will he get Home and Finance, which he is vying for, is what we are hearing? Will he accept Deputy Chief Ministership post? What are the key portfolios Shinde Sena will get? All that remains to be seen, which is why, as Milind Deora has pointed out, there is some fine-tuning that has to happen, after which perhaps a formal announcement will take place. So yes, Legislative Party meeting first, and then perhaps a formal announcement of who the Chief Minister face will be, and also Deputy CMs. And then, of course, as scheduled on December 5 is when the oath-taking ceremony will happen. Who is going to take oath? Is apart from the CM, is it going to be Devendra Fadnavis as the CM? What about Deputy CMs? Which are the key portfolios? Which are the ministers that will perhaps take oath on December 5? All that may perhaps be clear only after that meeting on December 4th among the BJP leaders.
Right. Thank you, Radhika, for giving us those details. We also have Shazia Elmi, spokesperson BJP. We have Susi Ben Shah, spokesperson Shiv Sena. We have Kapil Madan, who is an advocate Supreme Court. And we also have Amitabh Tiwari, political strategist. Thank you all of you for joining us on this broadcast. To you, Shazia, first, it was a landslide victory, Shazia. So clearly, it was never meant to be that easy. But did you expect that this would take this much time? Because clearly the BJP is being very mindful about sentiments here, being very mindful about emotions here. But this is also politics. So it is not going to let go of the CM's position. But at the same time, it looks like the party wants to ensure that nobody feels upset, isn't it?
Well, yes, as you said, BJP is extremely mindful. We have to take care of all considerations and all that people feel, any sort of misgivings or doubts or adjustments or serious considerations or factors that are in play at this point of time must all be addressed. And yes, as your reporter very ably told us, and she did a great job, I must say, Radhika, told us that we will very soon have a leader of the party. We will decide, and I think it's a matter of hours that we will know exactly who will be the face leading this great victory, and nothing takes away from the victory, so to speak. I must say that. So if all goes fine, within a day or two, you will have a name, and you will also have all the names for the Deputy CM as well as the key portfolios over which I'm sure. And, you know, some of it, when you look at politics, when you look at three big parties coming together, there would be, you know, it is like a rassakashi, some tug of war, people wanting more. I'm sure my friend Susie would want her leader to be there. I would want my leader to be there. I would want, so this happens, you know. So this is very natural, and nobody can disregard that or be dismissive of it. Yes, we have to take care of all of those. So it is not an easy task, but I'm sure Nirmala ji is and Vijay ji will be looking at who will be the leader of the legislative party, and very soon we'll have a name in place.
Right. Susi Ben, to you, ma'am, like after the Lok Sabha elections 2024 results came out, Eknath Shinde, Shiv Sena had a better strike rate, not just, vis-a-vis Uddhav Thackeray, but also vis-a-vis the BJP. So clearly there's a role that he has played. He was also the face of the welfare scheme. He also brought in a scheme for farmers. And he was also this common man's chief minister who threw the doors of Varsha open. So clearly there's a lot of not just utility attached to him, but also political capital that I think the Mahayuti benefited from. But now in the last few days, if you look at it, his body language has been, he has shown a moral high ground when it comes to, he says, when it comes to saying that he will be okay with anything that the Prime Minister or the Home Minister, decides. Tell us, what is the feeling and sentiment in the Shiv Sena camp, given that it is more or less becoming clear that he may not be the Chief Minister, and now there's a lot of negotiation on the plum-heavy portfolios that's happening?
No, very good evening to all of you, and regards to all our my esteemed panelists. The only thing that I would like to say is that, as you rightly said, our Eknath Rauji was the face of the Mahayuti government for the past 2.5 years. We are a very emotional, hard-working cadre. So what we want, what we expect is only Sanman, dignity. Whatever is done is done maintaining the dignity of the most popular Maratha leader and the most popular CM, Eknath Shinde, who is emerged as the most popular leader. He is the man, he is the face behind he's emerged as the favorite Ladka Bhav. Of course, Deva Bhav also is there, and so is Ajit Dada. But he was the face of all the welfare schemes of Maharashtra in the last.
Right. Let me, we will try connecting with Susie Ben now. Kapil Madan, a party needs at least 29 MLAs to get the leader of opposition's post. And I was looking at how the opposition has also been reacting to this delay, saying that, this is not befitting of an alliance which has won a landslide. But then if you look at the MVA, no party in the MVA has the required numbers to claim the leader of opposition. So that itself is quite an embarrassing state to be in, isn't it?
Yes, so there cannot be any doubt about it. How poorly the opposition has performed. They will not have a leader of opposition. It's an admitted position, and nobody can defend it. But if I just in contrast highlight what is happening in the incumbent Mahayuti. So we had a coalition government in Maharashtra by Mahayuti, wherein all these three parties were there. Mr. Eknath Shinde ji was the chief minister. It was an admitted position. Now the fact is that after winning, this election by this kind of a margin, and if despite that you are having delays in announcing your chief minister, it shows what? It shows that yes, all these three parties which came together and fought these elections are not at the same page. It also appears to me when you have a strong government already in the last assembly. Now you have the same government. Why would you take so much of time to even decide who will be the chief minister? So, there cannot be any smoke without a fire. So there also differences are also visible now. So I think the government has to, really get the confidence of the people back that yes, whatever they actually chosen, they will get it. So there is no clarity, because if that was so, there was no reason or an occasion to let Mr. Shinde resign at the first place. They would have declared that it's a Mahayuti coalition that was ruling Maharashtra earlier. They contested it and then they won it. The fact is that despite that they are not able to announce their CM, shows that there are huge differences amongst these three political parties.
Right. Amitabh Tiwari, so we saw what really happened in the last few days. We saw Eknath Shinde actually, calling this meeting with Amit Shah quite positive, but then we saw him leaving for his village. He fell ill there, and then there's also a lot of speculation about the deliberations on who will get the home ministry. And of course, will he accept the position of deputy chief minister, having been the chief minister, although that is not really a problem because Devendra Fadnavis has also done the same. So clearly, what is it that you read? What are the political undertones in the body language and in the statements that Mr. Shinde has made in the last few days?
No, essentially, Mr. Shinde also believes that since he was the face of the campaign and he was leading the government, so any incumbent chief minister is naturally the CM designate if that party wins. Correct. But here it's a complex issue because you have three big parties which are part of the alliance, and they have attained a majority of 3/4. They have got a very big mandate. And BJP is very close to the numbers on its own. In fact, it has MLAs who have won on Shiv Sena and NCP ticket. And if we add all those numbers, BJP itself is almost at half a majority. So now what is happening is that all the three partners or parties are now eyeing for key positions. There's a lot of speculation also, I think, which is not helping matters, because nothing is coming out clearly as a communication from the Mahayuti. Now we have a date and we have December 4th as the selection of the leader, but that's also come today, correct? And all of this speculation is just based on sources.
Right.
What is actually happening behind the scenes, no one is coming out and saying. Even after meeting Amit Shah ji, all those three leaders met. Right. Neither of them, all of them did not address the press together, and there was supposed to be a meeting which has not happened. So all of this is adding to the speculation, and we are eager to know who is going to be the chief minister. So I mean, the media also,
Right.
there is a hype because the mandate is very big. People are waiting eagerly for the schemes and the promises to be implemented. So all of this is there. So now it seems that we have to wait for the 4th, wherein the leader of the BJP will be elected, and then all things will be clear. Who will be deputy CM from Shinde's party, who will be deputy CM from Ajit Pawar's party.
Yes.
Of course, there will be give and take, because if Eknath Shindeji's party is
Right.
conceding to the CM post, then there will be bargaining for key ministries. And it is important also to give a message to the followers, supporters, and the voters.
Right.
These two parties are strong and they are required by the BJP. BJP also gives them importance. This messaging is also fairly important.
So the messaging and optics, I think, are more important. Susie, when you wanted to come in here, and also let me ask you, you spoke about Samman and dignity.
Yes.
Would you think that it would be beneath Mr. Shinde to accept a position of the Deputy Chief Minister, although it doesn't really, because I just mentioned Devendra Fadnavis also, because while there are many speculations, there are also these, rumors that, he could be offered a position in the center, or for that matter, leader of opposition. So several things are going around. But what would mean dignity or Samman for you, ma'am? For specifically Mr. Shinde?
Let me tell my esteemed colleague, my lawyer friend, that there is no fire and therefore there is no smoke as well. So therefore we are firmly on the saddle and we are going to form the government on the 5th. And let me assure you, we will give a very clean governance based on peace, prosperity, development and progress. So be rest assured, we are there, very much there to govern for the people of Maharashtra. Now, as far as the dignity part is concerned, as he was the CM designate, and let us not forget that we have corporation elections coming in the next year, which are Mumbai, Thana, and many other Maha corporations in Maharashtra. And Eknath Raoji has vanquished our Shiv Sena has vanquished the so-called UBT Shiv Sena. We have kept him low. We have decimated them. And therefore, to keep him there, it is very, very important that Eknath Raoji's leadership is accepted and is given key portfolios so that we can govern properly and keep Shiv Sena at bay. Because we have emerged as the Shiv Sena, the rightful owners of the ideology of the Shiv Sena party. The Dhanushaban belongs to us, and therefore that is accepted even by PM Sir and Amit Shah ji. So we are very, very sure that the dignity, whether giving us the correct portfolio, it was last time also the Deputy Chief Minister was given the Home Ministry. So we do expect that the Home Ministry is given. For many, many years, urban development has been held by our Pramukh Neta, Eknath Raoji Shinde, so as MSRDC, PWD. So these are the few portfolios that we asked for. And as Milind Deora rightly said, fine-tuning, fine negotiation is the need of the hour, and it will be done within the next 48 hours.
Yes, Shazia, would you like to respond to that? Because that's a very clear answer by Susie Bain on what actually dignity would comprise. Tell us how much of this would actually be okay for the BJP?
Shazia,
so first of all, yes, exactly. So see, when I hear Susie, she's a tough negotiator. So, one has to listen to her with all alertness. I like Amitabh ji just said, there are 3 parties. All 3 have played a great role. It's been a stellar victory. There are so many expectations. Just like that, there are many other considerations. My opponent here, my friend opponent rather, Kapil was mentioning, there is something amiss. I mean, I'm sure there would be a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about, a lot to negotiate, and that's all right. That's absolutely all right. This is politics, and people would want the best deal for themselves and the leaders and their winners, whether it's Ajit Pawar ji or Eknath Shinde ji or Devendra Fadnavis ji. So it's all right. It's all right to go through, but it's better to go through with all of this now and then to go out there with absolutely no rancor in the ranks whatsoever, with a very clear mandate and a very strong leadership where everybody is assuaged and there is people feel content that there is nobody has been shortchanged at any level whatsoever, for which it's important to meet and ensure that everything is considered and that there is fair play amongst all the parties.
Right. Kapil Madan, at least, these are two spokespersons from two different parties from the ruling alliance, actually, cordially agreeing, disagreeing on a debate. Do you think this was one thing that was missing in the MVA, alliance coalition in the Maharashtra right from the beginning?
So let me say one very interesting, conclusion which I could make from, what Shazia ji said and what, the other spokesperson from the Shiv Sena said. So they are very, very clear. It will not be Mr. Eknath Shinde who will be the chief minister. And I thank you for them for revealing this being before the party made. So just a minute. Let me
How
complete.
did you get that?
Let me complete. No, that's my conclusion. Shazia, that's my conclusion. You may disagree. That's my
You're attributing it to me and Susie.
No. So that's my.
Don't.
Yeah, Shazia, just a minute. So Shazia is now getting a little anxious because she revealed before the party.
No, I'm not getting anxious at all.
I'm sure.
I'm saying, why are you getting anxious?
I'm sure,
why
Shazia, you said, I believe.
What is the locus in trying to reveal something that we have not revealed and attribute it to us?
Now let me come to my second point. When I, heard the honorable spokesperson from Shiv Sena, she very categorically mentioned that, the discussion would be around the portfolios. So what I could make, and that's how I base my conclusion, it is clear that they have, Mr. Eknath Shinde ji has given up the chief ministerialship, and the only discussion which is now pending is about what.
Okay, Kapil, I'm completely out of time. I have to give the last word to Mr. Tiwari. Amitabh, there's also the sense that the BJP is very mindful of emotions. So that, the 7 MPs, I cover the parliament and I see the 7 MPs are extremely loyal to Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde. So is that also a sense that the national picture should not get disrupted with something that is happening in the state? Every MP for the BJP is also very important right now. Do you think that is also something that the BJP is very mindful of?
Yes, so it is a very interdependent relationship between Shiv Sena and BJP. Shiv Sena support is also very helpful at the national level, where BJP on its own does not have a majority. And also his utility is very important because he has, in a sense, weakened the position of Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray and emerged as the real Shiv Sena, and will be very helpful going forward in the BMC elections. Also emerging as the tallest Maratha leader, because even in Marathwada, if you see, the Mahayuti has done really very well. So all these things are under consideration, and BJP would not be want to seen as pushing too hard on the allies with whom together they have won this historic mandate. And I think in the next 2 to 3 days, things and discussions should fructify to everybody's satisfaction.
Right. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. The Maharashtra picture is now getting clearer, or in fact more confusing. We'll get to know. In fact, we'll have to wait for a few more days for the final picture to emerge, and also for us to know what the final shape of the Maharashtra cabinet would look like.